This one. Hello! Welcome back. This is Kingdom of Darkness session 6. If you're here to support your fellow players, you still have a few minutes to buy bonuses. Bonus buying closes once I have started the game, so I will check that once I've started the game. As far as announcements go, we have our schedule to announce. The July schedule is still unchanged, and June's almost done. I believe this will be the last. Nope. Yes. Last session in June. So we're just plugging through the summer. I'll post the August schedule probably this weekend. So check that out. If you don't know where to find this schedule, you can find it on the Discord. There's a link somewhere for the Discord if you want to join it. You can keep abreast of all of the community stuff. You can see all the wonderful fan art that's been created over the past few months. You can chat with other people who are really enjoying these stories that we're telling and talk about all kinds of interesting lore stuff. You can also read some of the lore entries that have been posted, many of which are told from the perspective of characters. Well, pretty much all of them are told from the perspective of characters set in the universe. So there's all of that. It's all that good stuff. What else? Schedule, general advertisements about Discord, sound check, nothing coming through on Twitch. Lovely. Okay, let's try this. Can you guys hear me? Oh, it was, okay. Never mind. It was my sound guy. It's my sound guy's problem, not my problem. You alright over there? It was paused. Okay. Alright. Let's just reset there for a second. Discord stuff, which is like the membership bonuses, which are, the chats, the fan art, the lore entries, so that's all good. Supporting your fellow players and your fellow gamers by purchasing bonuses. You earn points for those bonuses by lurking or chatting in this chat. We appreciate your presence. Thanks for rooting for us. Thanks for rooting for them. I tend to roll the dice very well. I roll hot and they suffer for it, so they could use every bit of help that they can get. That's pretty much it for announcements. I'm going to go ahead and scooch us on over to gameplay so we can get our introductions out of the way. Lee, why don't you take it away?
Indeed. So, first up, we have, because I'm not creative, apostate, alphabetical order.
Hi there, I'm Apostate, and I can't believe I've been betrayed this way. I'm playing Theophania of Rancor, who is, just definitely out here having a grand old time, and not at all creeped out by this church, unlike me, who is very creeped out.
Next up, we have Brian.
I legally changed my name to Zabulon, so I'll be going mine. I am Brian. I am playing Spindleshanks, who is a completely competent and professional doctor who certainly is not wanted for any crimes in Corinth.
Of course. Next up, we have Lorinia.
Hi, I'm Lorinia. I play the awesome Crimson Darling, and she just wants to sing and have a good old time.
Of course. Many opportunities for that. Next up is Cynthia.
Hello, I'm Cynthia. I play Nin. She just wants to kill demons, so, she's a simple girl at heart.
Of course. Then there's myself. I'm Lee. I'm playing Dart, who is so happy that his dog is back, and so worried that his dog is back. And finally, we have D.
Hello, I am Dee. I am playing Agma. She is a cleric of indeterminable belief, and she's about to ring Dart by the neck.
Oh yeah, we were in that situation.
Yeah.
A lot of Bart Simpson, Homer Simpson imagery going on here. Just that.
That exactly, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay, that's intro out of the way. Great. So let's go ahead and move on to the recap, if you don't mind, Lorinia.
Okie dokies then. All right.
Oh, Jesus.
Welcome to the Welcome to the recap provided tonight by the delightful Crimson Darling. Last time on Kingdom of Darkness, the party sleep is racked with nightmares. Agna dreamt of a scary robe man. Theophania has a saucy lady in her head. Spindleshanks dreamt of circles. Dart has a lot of repressed urges to run. Nin can't keep those memories at bay, and I need a new band. Everyone seems to have a secret they're keeping, except for me, of course. In the morning, we gathered our wits and headed out to find a box we used to talk to people. I swear it makes sense in context. Then we ran everywhere and talked to a bunch of people. Turns out a box is hard to get to, so we kept talking to people instead. Finally, after all of our running, we came across a spooky temple with a soul attendant left to safeguard it. He says he has a bodyguard, but we didn't see anybody on the way in, so that's probably fine. Dart got antsy, so Agna got into meditating. Oh my gosh, is that a dog? Oh, sorry, yeah, there was a shadow man in the corner watching them like a creeper. Probably nothing to worry about, right? Dart and Ned seem to know each other. And that's the recap. What will happen next? Find out now on Kingdom of Darkness Session 6.
So good. Okay. All right, so that's where we were last. You guys were in the Temple of the Earthly Divines. And I'm going to go ahead and switch the scene over to that. Okay, let's see. Did you all come with me? Nope. Nobody came. Oh, nope.
We're loaded.
You're loading. I should have preloaded that. Oopsie.
That's what I thought you were preloading.
Oopsie. That's all right. We'll give it a moment. I'll do us all a favor though, and I'll preload the music. All right, there it goes. Oh, mouse drift. Okay, and we're all here. Great, wonderful. Okay.
All right.
So, last we left off, as Lorinia had said, we were here in the Temple of the Earthly Divines. This is just me trying to warm up my vocals. You two were the last people in scene, and you had just spied a shadowy figure in the ambulatory on the side of this room through the bars. As you both had spied such ambulatory occupying shadow figure, it disappears into mist or smoke or something effervescent like that. It is roughly it is not 7:13 in the morning, excuse you, Foundry. It is this time of day, getting close.
It was early in the afternoon. We were all we have like a day in lieu of possible training once we figure training out.
Right, and you guys were going to bed down here before because it's getting closer to darkness because it's winter, and rather than risk being out and about at night, and who knows what could still be lurking in outer Brescia. So shadows, yes.
Shadow people, I guess.
Shadow people, I guess. Yeah.
And I believe Dart did just say, oh yeah, that guy.
And I'm pretty sure what I said immediately in response to that was, hey Dart, what do you mean, that guy?
Well, no, I mean, like, I had a dream about him last night.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's super normal.
What, you don't have dreams about creepy shit?
Dart, who What happened in the dream?
I was running. Something was chasing me. It caught me. It was a shadow figure like that. Picked me up and menaced me. I mean, I'm
No.
tired and paranoid, so I'm. Despite the fact that you saw it, I am also still willing to believe that that was just like, I don't know, some kind of hallucination, or
A shared hallucination?
I suppose actually, I might ask, Azeloth, DM, would this trigger a roll about demonic phenomena for Agna? Because I know Dart wouldn't know
Yeah.
about it.
That's what I was about to ask.
Doody 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 doo. Let me go ahead. You want me to roll on the demonic phenomena table, or do you want to
No,
roll?
like, as in, like, would Agna know about? Because Dart wouldn't know about demonic
Like a
phenomena.
knowledge.
Oh,
or like a
yes. Oh, yes. You would know about... This is a freebie for you, Agna. You would know about demonic phenomena.
Would I?
Demonic... Can't words. Demonic phenomena. These two words next to each other are a lot. Demonic phenomena occurs when there is a either high concentration of lower level demons in an area or singular high level demons in an area, or combined. It is a stacking effect, to put it in the simplest terms as possible. So if you have one greater demon wandering around, sure, it's going to be a little intense. If you have 1,000 lesser demons or bestial demons running around, it's probably going to be as intense as one greater demon. If you've got a bunch of both, it's going to be very intense. Like, landscape altering intense.
Yeah. Do I have a sense of, was this that?
Let's see. Make an insight check.
Yeah. My insight good.
You're
Yeah,
inciting.
no,
You're inciting against yourself. So. Okay. Yeah. This is not that. This is not demonic phenomena. Demonic phenomena usually you would have been experiencing it all along had it been present, and it had been. But since Roganoi has been destroyed and Samhai has left, the intensity of that has gone down dramatically. So there may be a few demons around. You're not really sure how many because you haven't laid eyes on any. But they can't be that strong.
There's not enough to affect hallucinations right now.
Right now, yeah.
I think, but this was real. Like I saw that. That's no hallucination. And I think Agna chews on that for a second and looks at Dart and goes, I know demons. That isn't
How
that.
do you now?
Dart, have you had dreams like that before?
Have I?
I'm asking you.
Oh, no, I guess I'm asking. Yeah.
Have you had dreams like that before? I'm going to say no, you have not. This is the first time you've had a dream. You've had dreams about running, before, running in the woods, running across plains and hills and that sort of thing. But you've never had this dream before.
I'm always running in my dreams, but and also no, I'm still running from stuff. Like, Scraptika's fucking terrifying. This is the first time I've had a dream about that for a particular figure chasing me.
You should tell us if you have another one.
You gonna inform me of any creepy dreams you have?
Will it make you?
Sure.
She'll hold out her hand.
Dart will extend his. Shake, shake.
We should head back to the others. We've still got this whole book to try to figure out if we can get the creature asleep.
Aren't y'all gonna roll to see if you see each other crossing fingers behind your backs?
So, have you had any dreams?
I showed you mine. Show me yours.
I would be worth asking the others about. Because I did have a weird dream last night.
So this still could be demonic phenomena, just...
No. I was sitting in a library and trying to find something. And a hooded figure came up to me and told me that I needed to keep out an eye for the pride of the Elder Blood. And my gut, and she'll hold the little book in front of her, I think this might be it. So if I'm seeing shit that comes true the next day, and you're seeing shit that comes true the next day,
We should see what everyone else has seen.
I would think so.
Just to recap, DM, is because language-wise, I couldn't read, but you said that there was like random vocabulary that I could that seemed similar to High Kruic and Arcane Kruic.
Yeah. So the best way to
I suppose.
Go ahead. Ask your question. Sorry, I interrupted you.
It just offhandedly, is it possible to discern whether or not the title mentions blood or pride or anything, any of those words?
No, it is untitled.
Okay.
It is more along the lines of like was discussed last session. This volume that she's holding is not very long. It's, a scant few pages. And it is written in a version of Kruic that you could imagine old-timey folks were speaking, probably 800 or 600 years ago, but it's not anything spoken today, and it's almost indecipherable looking at it. There's no uniform spelling. There's no, there's uniform spelling now in Corinth because of the administration, but there's no uniform spelling now then. There's just letters fucking everywhere, and all of it sounds funky and weird. And some of the letters you don't even make any sense to you. You're not even sure what the fuck that letter is. So
Interesting. All right. All right, let's head back then.
for the audience, this is sort of like picking up a copy of Beowulf in the original Old English,
Yeah.
and then telling someone to say, "Hey, that's English. Try to read it." You can get maybe a couple of words in before you start saying nope. Nope. All right, sorry. Scene's yours, guys.
All right.
Cool. Yeah, let's go head back with the others. Unless, do you want to go check out that side room? He didn't disappear into the side room, right? He disappeared into air.
Yeah, he gaseous. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not worth chasing after him.
Though no one has checked that side room, as it is
You know what?
That's true.
markedly
Why would we do
Darkness gonna check the side room.
black on the map.
Is it open?
Appears to be locked. There's a heavy steel door.
Hmm. Agna will tell Dart as much and kind of shake her head and go, do you think any of the others can break in? Comes to it?
Nin picked some locks in the castle, didn't she? Actually,
Yeah.
no, she specifically picked the lock that freed us in the first place.
Yep. Okay, so that's a ninja job if I ever saw one.
I mean, not to go to bat for a random cleric, but I think you're allowed at least one locked room in your temple.
mean, sure. Doesn't mean I like it.
All right.
Back we go.
Watch it
Back
be
we go.
watch it be a room full of wine. This is where I keep the sacramental wine.
Well, locked doors are not good. Rule of thumb.
Oh yes, because you're the most forthcoming and open of all of us. Dart goes to play with his dog.
Okay.
I'll go sit on the couch until everyone else is gathered around.
This is a very cozy alcove there. Let's see here. Anyone wanna do any role play or anything? Anyone wanna say anything or scooch about?
I'd like to do something.
Sure.
I'd like to do a check. I mean, I've been pretty well rested, you know, I've had some time to eat and like get all rested up. Can I scope out my fellow players real quick?
Yeah, your fellow people here. Yeah. In
Yeah.
what fashion?
I want to see if anyone is buff.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and
If anyone is buff?
Make
What
a-
do you mean if anyone is
make a
buff?
perception check for me.
Perception check. Okay.
Oh no!
Just checking you
Let's
guys
see,
out.
who's- Oh
Well, you know, Theophania doesn't look like she's very buff, and Nin's wearing, you know, winter clothes. You can't really tell how buff she is. And
no! Does that mean I can go into the next room and check them out too?
yeah. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna head over there. Gonna go in the corner and just spy on them and check them out real quick.
Just peek around the corner and take a look at them.
Yeah, can I do new roll?
Sure, yeah.
Alright. Let's see. Please don't be a nerd too. Oh my gosh.
It wasn't a 2.
It wasn't a 2.
Wasn't it true?
Between the two of these folks, I mean, Agna's wearing the heaviest armor out of the two of them, but
Oh.
you know, you've seen Dart run, and boy can move, so he's, you know, he's fast. He's probably got some good calves on him, but you can't see him under the couch. Sorry.
Dang.
Dang.
He's got gams for days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
I will-
not interested in figuring Spindleshanks out.
Where's Spindleshanks at?
Yeah, he's in the chapel.
Isn't
Yeah,
the
sure, why
wait
not?
a minute? No, wait a minute. Isn't the answer in the name?
Spindleshanks?
Just out of curiosity, she's gonna go check him out too.
Alright, go ahead and check him out.
Okay, let's see here. Perception.
You know, if it weren't for that trench coat, he might cut an imposing figure, but the trench coat really just says, I've got all kinds of shit in my pockets, and that's what's filling me out.
Yeah, like she's not really interested in that. She's gonna go over and hang out next to Dart. To just like, oh, what's your dog's name?
Muffin.
Muffin. Interesting. And she's gonna kind of like glance over at his leg muscles.
Can I roll to see if I noticed her checking me out?
Sure, yeah, perception check for me. You gotta beat a natural stealth of 12.
I should snuck.
No, not gonna do it.
You are oblivious. Whatever it is that you're doing, completely engrossed.
I'm deep in my journal.
You're deep in your journal.
So, Dart,
Hmm?
how often do you work out?
I don't.
You don't, really? You're so fast, though.
Yeah, I was running for my life for 2 years.
Yeah, I can see how that would do it. I ran for a couple years myself, you know, and like, I'm not nearly as fast.
Yeah, well, my dad was always a fast runner.
Oh, it's genetic. Interesting.
Actually, great you're here. Do you have any dreams last night?
Oh no, not at all. I just dreamt about performing in my band. That's all.
You did dream about something.
Yeah, just about performing with my band.
Nothing creepy or weird happened?
Nope, not at all.
I would like to insight that.
Okay, go ahead and make a deception check for me, Crimson. An insight check, Dart.
Damn.
Well,
That's a natural 20.
Yeah, so she... Yeah, you believe her.
Well, alas, Agna, your theory seems disproven, unless the vision is far in the future and you reunite with your band and perform with them again.
Yeah. Wait, what? What was that about a...
Oh, well, I had a dream last night, it was creepy and weird. Agna had a dream last night, it was creepy and weird. So we're trying to see if everybody had a creepy and weird dream last night.
Oh my gosh, and they're coming true?
Yeah, kinda. Hey, you speak any languages? Or I guess speak languages besides Common Crick?
I need you to know that Agna across the way is dragging the sides of her face down with her hands, watching this happen. Proceed.
Any languages? Let me see here. I believe I just speak, Kruik and, Elvish?
Yeah.
You can read and write, yeah? Hi, Crook?
Yep.
Where are your languages?
Do you speak anything, like... you know any legal, like, Justin?
Nope.
Well...
Great. Bards are so useful.
Yeah, you got Common Crook, High Crook, and Elvish. Or for the Corinthians in the room, Hausker.
Damn. Well,
Yeah, she's gonna say in Elvish real quick. Dude, you need to take your pants off so I can see your legs.
what?
What?
I don't... Anyways. Alright, who's the most likely among us to speak ancient legalese, or, I guess, the precursor language?
We should ask whatever is sitting over, Euphonia's shoulder.
To say what now?
Nothing, we should ask the Euphonian.
Oh...
Oh, you want
Crimson
to
are
get
the-
your ass beat? Is that what I'm hearing?
Crimson, are the rest still around the corner?
Oh yeah, everyone else is over there except for Spindleshanks, who's over on the other side.
Alright, I think we wait for everyone to come and settle in. Separate. You follow?
Separate?
You know, with our party. Just the party.
If you want, I can go yell at people to come over here.
No, let's just, why don't you stay there, actually?
She doesn't trust the priest.
Actually, let's talk about you, Agna.
I would prefer not to, actually. We're good. I'm looking at this, and she waves the book in front of her face.
Ooh, what's it about?
No idea yet, which is why we need to figure out if we can read any of it.
I'm just watching the dog now.
Does dog have zoomies?
He did circle, 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 and now he's going... Bloomp. And,
You got the right idea.
and soon...
Fair.
Hey,
You don't... I thought... I did swear you had magic that could do that.
I thought I did too. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I misread my spell list. One second.
Oh, can I do one thing real quick, DM?
Sure.
Can I go start looking around to see if I can find any, like, you know, piles of clothing?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can go for a search. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Okay.
Hunting for outfits, I see.
What? No, insight?
Investigation.
Investigation, okay. Why couldn't that have been the 20?
So as you kind of like poke around in the very Spartan living quarters for the clergy that used to live here, you do find that there are some vestments, some clerical robes and such, in the chest. Looks like laundry had been completed. Just nobody ever grabbed anything because no one was here.
Ooh, is it cute?
It's a long white robe that covers every part of you. Has long sleeves and a big deep hood.
I'm gonna grab some.
Okay.
And then rush back to Dart.
There are 5 sets. So,
Okay, I'll take one set.
okay.
Dart!
Yeah. What's up?
I show him the estimates. Can you do anything with this? Like, kind of trim it up a bit, make it look a bit cuter?
Yeah, actually, I can. What do you want it to look like?
I want the skirt, and she points up to like above her knee by like 3 inches. I want the skirt to here.
Okay.
And if you could do something with the sleeves to make it a bit more poofy near the shoulders, that'd be great.
Got any twine?
Twine. I don't think so.
Actually, Dart starts rummaging through. Dart has both a sewing, a weaver's kit and a leather worker's kit. Technically, there's no tailoring kit.
No, but between the two of them, you can get the job done.
Yes. So I think Dart would love to make a tool check to try and make this look like I guess you could do like a ruffled sleeve. What? The thing is, Dart is disagreeing with that length of skirt going with puffy sleeves.
Oh, okay. If you have a creative input, I'd be happy
And
to hear
so, I think Dart is going to instead do like little gathering, so that there's like, and then have like he'll do a slit and then have like it gathered around the base, so that it looks closer to a gown, though there's no structure in it. We'll give it a shot.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Give me a tool check.
That's a 10.
Yeah.
Basic materials
Yeah.
and not very much time.
Yep. I mean, you've got the beginnings of an outfit that is probably going to take hours and hours to do. So.
Fair enough. I mean,
Thank
you
you.
can wear it now, but you're gonna get stuck with pins. Or I could just hold on to it until it's done.
Yeah, you can hold on to it till it's done.
Alright. Something to do with my hands.
DM, I have a question on a feature wording actually. Now that I'm looking at it closer.
Absolutely.
Channel divinity knowledge of ages.
Sure.
Starting at 2nd level, you channel divinity to tap into a divine well of knowledge. As an action, you choose one skill or tool. For 10 minutes, you have proficiency with the chosen skill or tool. Does that include language proficiency or no?
No, it would be specific about language proficiency because there's
That's what I thought.
specific
That's what I
features
thought.
and spells for that. Yeah, so.
Okay.
I know. You would think the knowledge cleric would have some kind of thing about languages,
You think that they would have comprehend languages on there?
But
They don't.
but it's not.
Yeah.
It's absolutely
You
not.
do- What 2 languages did you pick? You did because you get the 2 bonus ones at level 1.
I did pick ones.
There.
I'm like, how did I? But none of them were like. I have common Kruik, high Kruik, Kahalion, demonic, and high demonic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
high demonic's also useful.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought those would be more. I was not expecting Justian to be. The
Not
thing
even
that I
just Ian.
picked.
It's like old
Yeah.
Kruitari.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
not on the
So-
list. It's not on the list of things you can pick up
Ah, yeah.
at start. So I'm going to be forthright about that. It is a language that is not on the list of languages you can choose to start with.
What? I love you too.
Okay.
Okay.
I had 2 slices.
Ooh.
No, I didn't. I left my cow tail.
Hi, Sin.
Oh, sorry. I thought I pulled him not far enough away.
You're fine.
I'm being talked at.
Well,
Thank you.
I can hear Brian in the background. You got a good mic now. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. All right. So you guys were talking about dressings and that sort of thing. You were trying to gather everyone together too. So proceed.
Yeah. I'm saying something.
Theophania, are you just lurking over there? What are you doing?
A lurker's gotta lurk.
Lurker's gotta lurk. This is the whole...
ABL. Always be lurking.
Here's Nin.
Minnie's just gonna stand here and watch the crazy people.
Well, the crazy people are. I think Theophania saw Crimson checking her out. Didn't quite register what it was about. Went to like go say something to Crimson, and then Crimson kept on going. So she's just kind of like, watching whatever's like going on for the moment. Between looking around the temple, of course, looking at all the different god statues.
Why are your languages broken?
I had to
because
like
it's a
open up.
construct.
I had to like open up the editing page, open up my languages page, close it again, and then reset it, and then the languages showed up.
Yeah, it's doing that for whatever reason for most of you too. So it's got to be a bug. So, because I've had to do that too. Okay, yeah, pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure nobody can speak Justine. So, all right. Yeah. So you guys are all more or less gathered right here. Spindleshanks is around the corner.
Crimson's gonna talk to Nin real quick.
Okay. Yeah. Zoom in on
Oh,
that.
Nin.
Yes.
How long were you in the prison for?
Too long.
Too long? Let me check something real quick. Can you give me your arm real quick?
No.
No?
No.
I was just gonna pinch it a little bit and see, how much meat is on your bones. Just check on you a little bit, see if you need to eat some more dinner.
Okay, cannibal, what?
Crimson, if you touch me and I'm not bleeding, I'll break all your fingers.
Good to know. And here I was just trying to be helpful and a good friend, but oh well, I guess I'll just sulk over in my corner. Sulk.
Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Theophania, come over here a sec.
Yeah, yes.
I guess 2 questions. One, do you have any creepy dreams last night?
No, I had the most wonderful dream.
Oh, what was it about?
There was a party, and everyone was there. There was dancing. It was wonderful.
Fair. Well, Argonaut, looks like you and I are the only ones with creepy dreams.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. Secondarily, Theophania, you talk fancy. Do you have much language?
I talk
training?
fancy.
Yeah.
I mean, I would consider myself literate. Yes.
Lovely. What languages do you speak? I guess
What a fantastic question that I'm not too sure the answers to myself beyond very specific ones.
I suppose
I should be able to find that on my sheet, right?
Yes, but it is kind of buggy, so I have it up already anticipating this question. You speak
Look at you.
Common Kruic, High Kruic, Kahalian, Demonic, and High Demonic, just like
Great.
Agna.
Quick question, do I happen to have in my Dimmadang... No, that's not the right Dimmadang. Give me a Dimmadang minute. Where's my... Oh, so I don't have comprehend languages. That's a damn shame. Okay,
No, you
well,
didn't take it.
It is on the Warlock spell list, but
It
you would
is
have
on
to
the
have
Warlock spell list.
chosen to learn it.
And you...
Yeah, no, that's learning is for nerds, and I already did all that. I'm not a nerd.
Great.
If you're literate, can you take a stab at that book Ogden's got? We're trying to figure out what it says.
Right. Let me take a look at that.
Okay.
Agna hands it over.
All right. You pass the book.
Yeah, this is not written in any of the languages I know, is it?
It is not.
Agna sort of clears her throat and goes, "No one you could ask
Ask who?
for help."
Hold on a minute. Let me just. Theophania closes her eyes. She massages her temples. She hums a strange melody. She opens her eyes again. She says, "Do you have anything to write with? Do you have anything to?"
Yeah, Agna does. She'll pull out like whatever, a scrap of paper and a pencil.
Theophania starts scribbling and muttering and crossing things out. And by the time she's finished, she has written something. And I don't know if there's a way I know there is a way to do this. I want to send it in chat, but I just don't to Agna.
Okay. Yeah. There's. I mean,
You want to write it
there's
in a different
I want
language?
to write it in a different language. Yeah.
Okay, so over there on the right-hand side, you got to make sure your chat pane is open so you can see the roll history. You go to where it says "Speaking in." You click on that, and then you change your language to whatever one that you want it to be in.
Oh, I see. Okay, perfect. And then how do to send it to someone? I type /
I don't ever use that, so.
The language nobody else speaks, we won't be able to read it anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, well, one other person speaks it, so that's gonna be funny.
Let's see. Configure controls. It's probably in the regular key bindings. So. I'm not sure.
Send it. We'll send.
Just send it.
Okay.
Just send it, dude.
Just put it in the language that you want it in.
Just send
Okay.
it, dude.
All right, just give me a moment.
There's absolutely going to be some variation on Go Fuck Yourself, so I'm pretty excited for that.
This is the best I can do, Theophania says as she hands the parchment over to Agma. She goes, "I don't know if you can make anything of that." Sort of just came to me.
Takes it in excitement and reads through it and sort of stops short about halfway through and looks up to Theophania with a deadpan expression on her face and goes, "I don't think it means anything," and we'll crumple it up.
Well, I tried, honestly. I mean, I only do have my own education at my disposal, unfortunately, and I don't think it extended quite this far.
That's fair. I can tell it's like older than the legal documents that I've seen once or twice.
Wait, how have you seen legal documents?
Because, well, there's a lot of big contracts that you gotta sign when you're making clothes for the Duke. You have to sign these things to say you won't repeat what you see in the
Okay,
halls.
hold on a minute. No. Hold on a minute. There's something, because I, as a person, know that's hot bullshit. Is there something I can roll to know that that's hot bullshit?
Yeah,
I was a noble. I had people make me clothes. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's insight check, yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck are you even smoking, Charlie Brown?
You're so funny because I'm pretty sure that's the first time you've said I was a noble.
Oh, oops, well, yeah, I fucked myself over on that one. It's fine. Whatever. I don't care. Let's see. Alright, who thinks I can roll higher than a 10?
Oh, me.
Not me.
I believe in you.
No situational bonuses, no nothing like that, just straight up insight check.
Oh, yeah, just a straight insight check.
Okay, alright, here we go.
See? I believed in you.
Oh, thank you.
So,
thank you.
so Dart.
It's not bullshit insofar as Dart has, at least, like, Dart believes that was what it was. It looked
Really?
like just, yeah, Dart genuinely was like, That's what they said we had to do. There was a whole bunch of secrecy. Like, yeah, we had to. I don't know.
So you were caught up in something, but you're like a fucking rube, is what you're trying to tell me, right? That's what you're trying to tell me right now.
These are the words coming out of Theophania's mouth, and everyone's shocked.
Oh no, she's not saying that because she's too much of a loser.
Damn. Roast your own guy. Okay.
I will. She's a little loser. That's what makes her so important. Anyway.
Yes, Dart is not. If it's bullshit, Dart is not aware.
Okay.
None of us know how
Fascinating.
to.
I mean, like,
Actually, Theophania, who has not, by the way, given you back the book, Agna just kind of tucks it into her things.
Hey, that's mine.
I
Thank
don't
you.
think it is anymore, thank you.
What makes you say that?
Well, what if, through some incredible moment of lucidity, I suddenly remember it? I mean, I remembered a whole other language or something just now, right? I mean, who knows what else I could remember?
Give me the book back, Theophania.
It'll give us something to talk about. You seem to love
Give
talking
me
about
the
me.
book
So, I mean,
Back.
you could just come back and we could have so much more to talk about.
I follow you back. Will you give me the book?
Follow me back where? We're all traveling
You
together.
said follow you somewhere.
No, later, at another time. I'll give it back to you later.
do I need to sew y'all a get along shirt?
Could you sew us a get-along shirt?
Yeah, it's actually
No.
much easier than this thing, but
There's more vestments over in the other room.
I would love to see you sew, Dart.
Dart is actively sewing what
I would
looks like.
I would love to see how that turns out. I'm fascinated by your former career in tailoring.
Of course,
Perfect.
the way they are moving. They seem pretty competent at it. Obviously, it's pilgrim sackcloths and twine, but the tools they have actually, you're now seeing that they're using really nice tools. They've got, what is it? Where's my list of fancy tools? They have a some fabric scissors, fabric shears that are very beautifully engraved and with an ornate design about the handle that looks like a pair of butterfly wings. They have a needle and a thimble, both which look like this sort of high quality. I don't know how much you understand metals, but it looks like a pretty valuable materials. And next to them, they have this. It looks like a backstrap loom that's rolled up right now, but they've got spools of thread attached to it that they're using to draw from, and it all looks like really, really nice equipment.
Fascinating. Ever deepening the mystery. Have you had those? You look very skilled with those tools. Have you had them for a long time?
Well, these ones, not exactly. The shears are mine. The sewing kit is, or was, my father's. I found it in my house this morning. And the loom was my mother's.
Ah, I see. Well, you do that. You do it justice.
Appreciate it. Does anyone actually? Oh yeah, Nin, I guess, is the one to ask. Did you have a creepy dream last night?
Define creepy.
unsettling, creepy,
real?
bad, felt real. Things
Felt
from it have
real.
happened in real life.
Yes. Felt real. Yes.
Was it of things that had passed or things to come?
How exactly would I know they are things to come?
Well, if it's something that's never happened to you before.
That doesn't mean anything. Um, but I dreamt of past things.
There's no chance you read Old Kruik, is there?
What's old Kruik?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's the language that our legal language was derived from, apparently.
She stands there and blinks at you.
Yeah, I don't
Points,
pretend to understand
point-
more than that.
points to the braid in her hair. Anansi?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Onsai.
Ansai, excuse me. Ansai.
You're good.
She goes back
Do
to
we-
leaning on the post.
Do we want to ask Spindleshanks if he speaks old Kruik?
Probably either him or the priest. We probably should ask him first. I guess we could take it back to the girl. She might know. Duchess?
Oh, I mean, I guess if anyone's gonna have been trained in fancy old writing, it would be a noble.
Mm-hmm. Let's ask Spindleshanks.
Hey, Spindleshanks.
You did it.
That
That's an
fully was
pearl in the
not-
jar.
That was not intentional.
You're summoning the railway cat.
Spindleshanks.
He slowly turns to look at you.
2 questions. 1, did you have any creepy, weird dreams last night? 2, do you speak old Kruik?
He kind of blinks at you and says, I dreamt of a great breakthrough, but I cannot translate it into real terms yet.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough. Was it creepy?
No.
Okay. And then the second question, yeah, old Kruik, like the Justian, but older than Justian?
I know both the common and the high Kruik, but not Justian.
Yeah, damn. Okay. Well, that's that.
You can poke around a little bit.
I got
I'm
shit
done.
to do.
How long, Crimson, do you think you can keep his attention for? Up in the kitchen?
That guy? Probably a while. Why?
Lynn, do you want to check out his room, maybe?
Why?
I have a bad feeling, is all.
You want to come with me?
I can.
Damn, you folded on that quickly. You know what? I guess, being paranoid is both y'all's thing, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he
It's
could just be a nice guy who has not seen people in a very long time.
Sure. Or he could not.
Well,
All right. Where is his quarters?
I think at the end of the hall where all of the other, No, I think at the end of this hallway here, this main hallway here.
Oh, let's go look.
I'm mobilizing into action. Anyone want to come with me?
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
if
working
I
on my
will come.
gown. on your gown, even.
Okay. What's he up to right now? Hausker.
Hausker is currently setting out some, dough, but it's unleavened. He's getting ready to like make some hardtack. He's putting some spices and stuff, and he's mixing it in. He's mixing in some dried nuts and that sort of stuff. Stuff that'll keep for a while. And he's getting ready to put them in the oven. He says, "Oh, well, you all should be settling in soon.
Oh, I just thought to come see if you need any help.
Oh, that's sweet of you, miss, but I'm used to doing it by myself, and two cooks in the kitchen, can step on each other. But feel free to watch or, read a book or, whatever. Oh, the crypt out front, don't go down there. Is bad in there. That's gonna be a whole thing.
What's wrong with the crypt?
Nothing's wrong with it right now. It's just a mess, and I've locked it up. But when things went to shit a couple years ago, everybody in there decided they didn't want to be in there anymore, and they took a hike. And we're part of the attack on the town, so that was fun. Yeah.
So it's just empty?
Yes, that's empty. The one here in the church is sealed, and then there's the
There's a what in the church?
we have a few special resting places for clergy and nobles inside the church itself. That's sealed, and then there is at the near the front of the building, there's the cell, and I've bound a demon in there. So it's been...
Oh, a demon?
Yes. It's nothing serious. A minor... a minor possession overrun. So, used to be a man, is no longer... So it's bound in there until we can figure out what the fuck to do with it. And he says, so that's locked up, and everything is locked up. But you're free to go anywhere else you want.
Okay. Maybe I can sing you a song while you cook?
Sure, yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Crush Puppy.
stop.
Oh.
I'm gonna stop the music there for you. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Crush Pop, you start to move. Crush Pop, you start to groove. Crush Pop, you start to move. Crush Pop, you start to groove. Woo! When the party lights start and you gotta go hard, all you gotta do is crush Pop, start to move. And when the night goes long, when you gotta find a bard, crush Pop, start to groove. Crush it! And gushing! Pop it! No stopping! Crush Pop, you start to move. Crush Pop, you start to groove. Crush Pop, you start to move. Crush Pop, you start to groove. Crush it and pop it. Crush it and pop it.
You had him going there, like physically, like he was kind of moving to the beat for a bit, and when you stopped, he was like, "You should have a band."
Also, when I do that, I'm gonna use enthralling performance.
Okay.
On him.
Oh
So-
shit!
He has to make a wisdom save.
Okay. Wisdom.
Can the priest make a wisdom save?
Wisdom.
Probably.
Oh, that's true.
Wisdom
Unfortunately.
saving throw.
Actually,
Oh,
wait.
that's charisma. This one. I want this one.
And also, if he fails, he doesn't know I tried to charm him.
He succeeded.
Oh
Okay.
my god!
He has no idea I tried to charm him. So, darn.
He seems to be utterly immune to your charms, aside from the fact that he's very nice and you're very nice, so he likes you. But he's like, "That was very nice of you. Thank you, miss."
No problem at all. Her eye twitches a little bit.
You hear the sound of glass breaking in the background.
So Crimson's gonna take a step back real quick, and she's gonna send a message towards, I guess, last person I saw going down the hallway, was that Nin or Agna?
I don't think it matters. You can send to either one of us. I think we're both heading in the same direction.
I'm gonna send Agna a message like, hey, there's a demon locked up in the church. Don't unlock any doors.
That would have been... I bet that's the one up. With a message, can I message back, or is that just with
Yeah, you can message back.
You can reply to this message.
Agna will say, must be the room up front. This one wasn't locked. Just keep him busy.
Alright.
He seems perfectly busy
Send
on
again.
his own.
Send again if he comes this way. Okay. Alright. What's in here, DM?
Yeah, so this appears
Yes,
to be...
please.
Yes, this appears to be his sleeping quarters. There is a hay pile that he sleeps upon. There's a small desk that appears to have been carved maybe like 2 centuries ago. It's very rough and, worn down. There are books on shelves. The most expensive things probably in this entire place are the books on the shelves. These volumes are thick and lengthy, much of them having to do with the theology of the world that you all live in. There's a study, a very rare study here, by a dark elven priestess about the spectral realm. Looks like a very rare collection of esoteric books.
Oh, Jesus. I want to check out what's on the desk, actually, first. So he has a bunch of written stuff here, and then it looks like a book on the desk.
Yes. So there's his personal journal, which describes a series of horrific events at the very beginning of when this region fell. A very personal accounting of, setting the bones of some of the members of the family to rest, the family being the Matronex. Personal account of, burying soldiers by the hundreds and townsfolk by the hundreds. He's kept a detailed accounting of where most of the people who have died here have been either deposited or where they were taken from, and where they've been disappeared from. So he's been keeping track of the town from as much as he can from here. And you can kind of build a timetable of it took about a year before the demons fully locked him down and just made sure he was staying inside the temple at all times. And in that time period, many of the acolytes, the priests, the monks that lived here left or killed themselves. Some of them eventually decided that it was no longer worth trying to stay here, and he never heard from them again. He's unsure of what their fate is, and some of them he found later, either in the woods immediately around the church or in the crypt. How they got there, don't know, or naked in the snow, hypothermia. But it's a long and detailed personal account of what happened. Seems very straightforward. He's very straightforward in his language. He doesn't spend a whole lot of time examining his own emotions about things.
Okay.
And it's mainly just today was, this kind of day. Sort of keeping a historical record for someone to find eventually. So.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else of note here?
Oh yes, on the top right corner of the book of the desk, there is a book that is, leather bound. Casually opening it, it is a spell book of his. Doesn't have any formula or anything in it, or anything that you could learn from, but it is things that he's heard from divinity in some fashion that has given him his powers, what limited powers he has. So stuff like, I had a dream and I became able to bless others after having a brief conversation with Hausker. That sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so nothing like earth-shattering is in here.
No, not on this desk or anything. But there's a lot of esoteric texts on this shelf that could be
Yeah,
valuable.
I would like to.
Yeah.
I would like to scan that shelf. Anything catch my eye?
There is a copy of a study about, like I said, a study about the spectral realm written by a dark elven priestess. There is a copy of a account of nobles in Krunth, long one for probably the last 500 years. It's basically a series of genealogies. So that's very specific. Let's see. What else would catch Agnes' eye? There is a detailed version of the creation myth, but it is familiar to you. This is nothing out of the ordinary, but it is interesting that it's in a church like this. Though this is one of the, like, major holy sites in Corinth that are, like, people can come visit, so people do come here for this sort of stuff. There is a copy of the, what is the year this was written? The 678 AJ transcribed version of the Pride of the Elder Blood, the New Corinthian one. It is a thick tome. It is like 1,000 pages.
Okay, I'm gonna pocket that.
How?
Sorry, what was that book? What was that book?
The Pride of the Elder Blood?
Is the New Corinthian Pride of the Elder Blood, written in 678.
Is it too big to be pocketed?
Yeah, it's a brick.
Okay.
This thing's like 1,000 pages on vellum with leather bound. It is a brick.
So as long as I can just like stash in my pack and nobody would know the better.
Yeah, there'd be a big square thing in your bag, and everyone would be like,
Yeah,
"What's that big
yeah.
square thing in your bag?"
Oh man. For the one from the priestess, can I like pick that one up quickly and just kind of thumb through it quick?
Yeah.
Like I just want to kind of get a sense of like, what is it about?
It is a. Let's see here. Let's see how versed you are in Arcana. Fairly versed. Okay, so go ahead and give me an Arcana roll.
Yeah, I can do this. Oh, come on, where are my things? There are my things.
Very good.
Nice.
The Dark Elves have a very academic approach to magic and the movement of the spheres and the nature of the various verses that you all live in, the material universe that you live in now, the spectral universe that you all pass into, the hells, the heavens, and realms beyond. This is a study on the fabric of the spectral realm and how it operates and how one touches it occasionally, depending on what kind of magic you're doing. It is very verbose with technical language. It is written in High Cruic originally. So, and it sort of has a little bit of a, you reading through it, it's sort of talking down a little bit to the reader. It's sort of in the way of like a baby's first math, kind of thing. But he's got notes in the margins of like how things in the spectral realm are not the same as they are here in the material. They are twisted versions, or sort of warped in a lot of ways, where like, but he's not sure if that's because of like a shift in the physicality, because there's a thing in here that you kind of understand a lot more than he does based on his notes in the margins, that there is a physical like shifting happening in the spectral realm, which doesn't make any sense to him, but there's a follow-up formula after about how to do the math when you teleport so that you don't teleport 500 feet in the air above your intended location.
Yeah, okay.
So it's about how because when you teleport in any fashion, you move through the spectral. You come from material, go to spectral, move faster than light to your destination, and then appear on the other side. It is a painful and harrowing experience, and there's a formula to do it the right way so that you arrive exactly where you mean to. But he doesn't get quite how something like that is ghostly can have a physical presence, you know.
Okay.
And it's sort of like you're kind of picking up like, oh, this is describing it not as a ghost realm, but as a true alternate place of being. It is perhaps like a world of perfect forms.
Okay.
But it's been corrupted or destroyed or something like that, twisted.
Now I'm gonna put it back on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And Agna sort of like looks to Nin and goes, I can't find anything in here that's wildly out of the ordinary. Anything that you see?
Other than me wondering why you needed me along, since you did such a fabulous job on searching it.
I wasn't sure if the door was locked.
I don't think that would have stopped you.
Well, you'd be surprised. Don't have a spell for that, unfortunately.
I doubt very much you have to surprise me. What are you and Dart doing?
Found a book on a shelf that's in old Justinian or old Kruick. I had a dream last night where something told me to keep an eye out for Pride of the Elder Blood, which is here, I might add, and she'll stop on the spine of the 1,000-page book. Dart saw some sort of shadow monster in his sleep, and then saw it in the main church room, so I'm trying to figure out if this guy's gonna eat us in our sleep or not. And I'm also trying to figure out what the fuck is in the book I found. Truth be told.
Insight check.
Please do.
Yeah, what is that?
God, Agna, your deception is so low.
It really is. Should
What-
I even roll it?
What is her?
Are you trying to be actively deceptive, or are you...
I mean, she hasn't given the specifics of her dream, but I would say that that's a fairly accurate
Yeah.
summation
You-
of
I don't think
what
there's...
she is doing.
I think if you're being deceptive at all, it's passive. So you just have to beat an 8.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay, yeah, swimmingly. Yeah, she may not be telling the whole truth about like the dream, but other than that, accurate.
I don't think you're lying, but there's something about you, and especially Dart. It has my hackles up, and I want to know why.
Listen, I know Dart's weird. I can't figure it out either. For what it's worth.
Dart's more than weird. And as for the priest, I don't want him to kill us in our sleep either. I'm worried that he ate the others.
Crimson said there was a demon in the room that's locked up front.
When did she
Some
say
sort of-
that?
She sent me a message.
Ah, yeah.
Some sort of
Okay.
possession gone wrong that the priest is trying to figure out what to do with. Well, it's not to, she told me not to unlock any doors that we came across. But
Well, that would have been good to know a few minutes ago.
sure, but here we are.
So, what do you want to do now, other than you very much want to take that book. And she
Oh, I
points
super
to the
want it.
brick.
Yeah, I super want to take that book. I almost think I almost think we just ask him if he has a copy. See what he says.
Direct and simple.
You have a better
He'll
idea?
No, I think that's an excellent idea. He'll either say yes and let you read it and or take it, or he'll leap for our throats and try and kill us. In
One
which
of the two.
case, one of the two, and if we survive, you get to take the book. So win either way.
Let's go meet up with the others so we're ready for anything.
Fair enough.
Cool. Good deal. And we'll head on back out.
Sure. Yeah, there's a wall there.
Yeah.
Can
I will
Crimson check out
close-
Hausker real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
What kind of checkout are we talking? I'm talking about the...
Must check out.
I see. I see.
It never stops.
Mhm.
Investigate. It's an insight, right?
It's investigation. Or no, perception.
Perception. Okay.
Yep.
I gotta know. Ah.
You know, his habit is very obscuring. And maybe you don't want to flip up a priest's robe.
You just got God blocked.
Let's see. Everybody's here. Okay. Haven't
I'm
heard... Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Spindleshanks, have you been doing anything else while all of this has been happening?
Oh.
Spindleshanks?
You are
He
muted if
muted.
they're talking.
Oh.
Sorry, I fell off Discord.
Hmm.
Is there anything I can roll to see if I can figure out more about the circles?
Let's see here. You last rolled Arcana about it, I believe. That would be the pertinent roll to do. So go ahead and roll that if you would like. You've spent quite a bit of time today mulling it over.
Uh-huh.
So, an Arcana check. Ooh,
Oh,
a 12.
so close.
Your major barrier that you're still running up against is you can see it in your mind and you know it needs to be in at least 3 dimensions. But everything that you have at your disposal to model it is you can only create with 2 dimensions. You know, chalk or charcoal or pen and paper. You know, unless you start doing something very creative with those things, you're gonna need to find a way to model it in 3D.
Maybe I could invent origami.
Yeah.
He's gonna pull out a blank piece of paper and start trying to fold it in tray ways.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. This is gonna be an endeavor. You know that, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You begin the folding. We'll just title this chapter of Spindleshank's life "The Folding."
Perfect.
So by the time everybody catches up to this position, you've probably got like a bunch of circles, probably like a stack of like 5 or 6 of them, folded up from your paper. You kind of like fold them into like half circles and such, and you're kind of like slipping them into each other so that you've come up with a full circle. And you're doing them in different sizes, and you have about like 5 to 10 of them. Roll a d10.
Oh, a D10.
Roll a d10. Oh yeah, see, 5 to 10. You have 8 of these pages. Okay.
Okay. But he's going to continue messing with them for a while. And I presume not making any major headway.
No,
So he's
very convinced that you need to 3D model it.
he's going to carefully pack everything up, tie his journal closed, slip it into his coat, and get up and go look for a locked door because he keeps hearing people mutter about locked doors
Sure, yeah.
and demons. So
Yeah. Spindleshanks moves along.
now, did I happen to see the door that people have been talking about?
It's down here. You passed it when you all walked
Oh.
in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One of these doors.
Yep, it's this one down here.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna make my way down. I'm gonna search around until I find it. And I'm going to test the lock.
Okay, fairly sturdy.
I'm going to listen at the door.
Make a perception check for me.
Perception.
You get the sense that there's something breathing in there. You don't hear breathing, but you get that tingle in the back of your head that says there's something in there.
Yeah. I quietly say, "Can you hear me?"
No response.
I know you're in there. I learned things in the dark of the dungeon. I'm going to select a sheet of paper that has some circles on it, and I'm going to slide it under the door and say, "Can you tell me anything about this?"
You still hear the sound of something maybe breathing in there, but it doesn't seem to have responded.
Okay, well, I've left a little bit of the edge out, so I say, "If you change your mind, I'm sure you can contact me." And I slide it back out and stroll back to the front.
Great.
And I'm going to go look for food.
Okay. You've heard the kitchen is over this way.
Paper and see if anything else got added to it.
Good question. Was anything added to it?
No.
Okay. I'm going to go get something to eat
Okay.
and drink.
There is plenty of soup. Hausker sees you arrive and he says, "Oh, are you ready? You want some soup? You want something to drink? I have water, and I have water."
I will take water and soup.
Okay. And he provides you with a bowl of soup and some water, a mug of water.
All right. Is there any bread with the soup?
He gives you a piece of hardtack.
I'm going to go sit down and start eating.
Does it still taste like cake?
Yes,
Oh yeah.
absolutely. This does still taste like cake.
It's nice.
I taste it and I stop and stare at it. And I very slowly turn to look at Crimson. Because she is the only plausible reason for this.
It's a very
Crimson
odd.
doesn't even notice.
It's a very odd experience. It tastes like cake, but it has none of the texture.
And I kind of shake my head and keep eating.
Uh-huh.
So, Hausker, it must be so tough to run this place all by yourself. You must be so strong of character.
He looks at you and he goes, it has been difficult, yes. Not
I
a lot
guess
of...
it must be super tiring. Like, it must be really hot, sweaty work, you know? Especially near these ovens all day. Don't you just want to, like, shrug off your clothes off a little bit and just, like, take in the air? The nice, cool, brisk air?
Make a persuasion check.
That's a bust nat 20 if I ever saw one. Hello, man of the cloth.
23.
He goes, one of my least favorite things is when it's outside, it's freezing. You come inside and you've been sweating because you've been chopping firewood or what have you, and then you come inside and you start roasting because it's hot in here. Yeah.
It'd be easy to just take off all your clothes, you know,
Well,
when that
there's
happens.
there's
There's no one else here.
Yeah, there's no one else around, but you know, you don't do that in polite company, he says.
Oh, you think I'm polite company? Oh, tell me more.
You're my only company I've had in a while. Yeah, so yes, I'm making a good impression on the first people I've seen in a very long time.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. And then she's gonna mutter in Elvish, what do I gotta do to get this guy to take his clothes off?
He does not react to that. He doesn't speak the language.
Well, Crimson's just gonna keep chatting with him for a little bit.
Sure.
Theophania's gonna go. She's just gonna kind of slip away. I'll roll a stealth for that.
Sure.
Okay, I'm so good at rolling stealth. I'm good at rolling. I believe in myself.
I believe in you too. You can do it. See? Look at you.
Oh damn! I'm gonna roll a 1 when we need it most. All right. Speaking of, I'm stealthing away to go find where he's got that damn demon.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, lordy.
What? Where
That
did
was the
this
player,
go?
not Nin. Just, oh, lordy. Ugh.
It's fine. It's cool. So where is that crypt he mentioned?
He talked about the cell, which is at the
Yeah,
front,
the cell.
which is this way.
Yeah, okay, that's where we're
What if we know where the inside crypt is? It's not out through the back. Is it out through the back? We don't know.
There we are. Let's tell.
There is a heavy steel door right here with a very tough lock.
Yeah, that's cool. That's neat. A very tough lock is just like Oblivion all over again. You know, I think Theophania's just gonna try to whisper through the door jam, in demonic.
Okay. What do you say?
I think she's going to say, "Who's in there?"
How loud are you speaking?
Not like loud enough to. I am hiding, so it's a loud whisper.
A loud whisper. Okay.
So something you could presumably hear like through the door jam.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
I can do it.
You can do it. You can do it.
Well, there we are, everybody.
Okay, so you're straining to hear something in there, and let's see how far I can.
Good question. That is good and not worrying to hear.
You don't hear anything at all until something heavy slams against the door, and you hear the scraping of claws on steel, but mostly just on the right side of it. Doesn't seem like whatever it is can reach all the way over where the lever is. But you don't hear any roaring or anything like that. No words spoken, nothing like that.
Theophania will say, well, that's not very nice. Why are you trapped in there?
Just you hear a little bit more scraping and then settling, and then claw taps on the stone and something weighty hitting the floor.
Tap once if you can understand me.
There is no response.
How, when you say this is like a serious lock, how serious are we talking about?
It is a built-in lock into the door. It does have a keyhole. But it seems to be very serious from just looking at it. You're not you're not proficient with locks.
True that I am not. Ugh, and I don't have acid. I'm too used to playing characters that have acid. What do I have in my... I have a bunch of fucking books and a beet in my backpack.
You have
That's
5
great.
pounds of beets and 5 pounds of potatoes and 5 pounds of beans, madam.
I've got so much fiber here, I could kill a legion. Alright. I don't think I have anything, actually, that I can do here with that. So I think Theophania is going to... Oh, wait, no. No, I don't have that feat. That's not how this character works. Yeah, okay. She's gonna make her way back. Yeah, she's gonna make her way back over to Dart, check in on Dart, and see what he's. Oh, look, everyone's back. Okay, great.
I suppose if enough time has passed, and it is a very simple design, can I show what Dart has managed to accomplish?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll put it in the general chat. With some truly rough repurposing of like twine and some like pieces of a broom for very fragile boning, Dart will have turned the sackcloth into... How do I copy this image?
I don't
I
know.
guess I will just forward it.
As per my last email.
Into this. It's in the Kingdom of Darkness chat on the Discord. It's just a pretty simple gown. Definitely not as nice as the image, but yeah, twine gathering the sleeves, the necklines cut out, the broom pieces make the boning for the corset area, and yeah. All right. Where's Crimson?
think we all probably ought to head up to the dining room.
I suppose I actually didn't take her measurements. It kind of was just eyeballing it, but this is a sackcloth. It's not exactly going to fit perfectly.
There is no dining room.
Well, the kitchen, sorry.
All right, Crimson, here you go. I'll toss the gown at you.
She catches it gracefully and goes, "Oh my goodness, it's amazing! Thank you so much."
No time for embroidery, but it looks decent enough.
This looks amazing. Thank you so much.
I also don't know where you'd wear it. We're kind of in armor. Well, you guys are in armor all the time, and it's cold out, but...
Yeah, Crimson's going to rush over here, and she's going to go get changed real fast over in this little alcove.
Sure.
She's going to take off her, oh, can I put it... I guess I can put it underneath the winter clothes.
Yeah. Yeah, you can wear
Yeah,
that
she's-
under the winter clothes, yeah.
Yeah, she's going to put it on. To the best of her ability. While in a little tiny cramped little alcove.
It's 5 feet across. Got plenty of room.
She needs lots of room because she just stretches everywhere while she's changing clothes.
Sure. Looks like you guys are
Have a
gathering.
horrible time in our real world.
Looks like you guys are
Yeah.
gathering around to beat the shit out of this priest. What's going on, guys?
Yeah. So I think
We're kind
Agna
of like the opposite of Fleabag, except for Crimson.
I think Agna is gonna kind of do a round through the library again as if she's, browsing for something, and then when that's all kind of when she kind of comes back around to the other side again, she goes, Hausker, could I ask you a question quickly?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's making more hardtack.
I know this is a long shot. When we were in the castle, one of the demons mentioned a book. I was sort of hoping, you have such a extensive library here, I was hoping maybe you heard of it or have a copy even.
He kind of perks an eyebrow at you and goes, odd thing for a demon to prattle on about, I suppose, but I'm not an expert. Go ahead and make a
Well-
deception check for me.
Okay. 1 second, I have to pull up the stupid. Okay.
You have the bonuses.
Yeah, let's see how it is first. Oh, bad.
Yeah, that's bad.
And she just goes, it's called...
We don't have enough
Uh,
bonuses to save that.
No, we don't. It's just called, Pride of the Elder Blood?
Okay, hold on.
Oh, God.
He perks an eyebrow and he says, Pride of the Elder Blood is a long and interesting fable. I don't know if one can rely on it for any sort of, context about what's happening to us, but it is a fun story to read if you're into, very long stories. I have a copy.
That's my specialty, honestly. Long and boring stories. Would you mind terribly if I could borrow it or read it tonight?
No, read it tonight. That would be an endeavor. Yes, of course. Hospitality is what we do here. So, you may borrow it to read. I do need to have it back here because it is on the list of required texts for a church to have.
Of course, of course. Where, is it?
I shall fetch it to you after we all get settled in.
Perfect, thank you.
What's it about? I guess. Why are churches required to have it?
Oh, so it very briefly touches on part of our shared religious history across humanity and also elvenkind, and it is about how the murder of Ka happened a little bit, but then it goes off into this fantastical tale about vampires and just horrific shit. Anyway, it's sort of this a lot of romances and fantasies are written based on it because of the characters that appear in it. There's little historical record about any of these folks, if they ever existed at all. I would say, you know, if anything, it is a good story, but nothing to, you know, align your religion on.
Why did churches keep it then?
Well, because it does reference some of the early events that happen in our shared religions. So, for example, the murder of Ka, you know, the falling.
So it does have some historical value. It's just all the other parts are
embellishment.
Nonsense.
Yeah. So yeah, it has those first beats as sort of a setup, and the reason why we keep it is because it is written in High Cruic, and so it is easily digestible for most folks, and so it carries some quotables that are easier for common folk to understand rather than reading straight out of the book Hausker, which is lengthy, doesn't really get anywhere, and really just doesn't speak too much about the things that have daily impact on our lives. So,
I see. Interesting.
family and union and all that sort of thing, yes. Being one with all, yes. And collective and cooperation with each other, yes. All those things are very good. But it doesn't, it's not as interesting as some of the fringe stuff. And so there's always questions when you have a congregation, especially from people from outside, which we used to have. A lot of new traveling merchants or refugees and what have you would come through here. They would stay in town, and they would visit the church here, and so they would ask about what our versions of their same stories were, and they would always ask about, you know, the most pertinent event in our shared history, which is the murder of Ka, which is what started everything that's gone bad since, you know, the good times, in air quotes. So they ask about that. The Pride of the Elder Blood has some much easier to digest pages and passages about it than from the readings of Hausker and whatnot. So, but beyond the first chapter, it's mostly fantasy.
Interesting. Okay. I'd still love to read it, or at least what I can of that first chapter tonight.
Of course.
Dogma will take a bowl.
All right. He passes out food again, and you know, seems quite pleasant to have you all here.
Well,
Are we just eating and turning in for the night? Is that the plan?
suppose so.
I thought the plan was to, like, something about he's gonna kill us or eat us in our sleep, or I swear that got
The thing is, I can't find anything on the sucker. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing in that back room. There's the demon, I guess, but like that, even that, I'm like, that has plausibility considering the state of the town.
Right, the demon which we've never seen, that demon.
That demon. Do you want to open the door?
I fucking do super duper bad, yeah. But what I think I want to do actually is, if we're just gonna turn in, if anybody else wants to do a thing, like speak now or forever hold your peace.
Yes, there's something I want to check with the DM on real quick.
Okay.
Go on.
So, prestidigitation.
Yep.
It says I can chill warm a non-living material for 1 hour.
Yep.
Can I try and warm up his clothes?
Oh my god.
Hauskers?
Oh my god.
You can.
I'd like to do that, please.
Sure.
Just to warm it up a bit, you know?
Okay.
Just try to, like, get the sweat going.
All right. Yeah, you cast the spell. His back is to you, so he doesn't notice.
Uh-huh.
And it might be a little bit before he gets uncomfortably hot, so...
Crimson's gonna put all of her attention into that for a moment.
Okay.
If he looks like he's about to turn around, she's gonna, like, just stop.
It's just like be nonchalant.
Yeah, just trying to be nonchalant, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So after a few minutes, he starts cleaning up the kitchen, and he's wiping sweat off his brow, and he goes, "Ah, it did get hot in front of the stove. Oh. I'm gonna go stand outside for a bit."
Shoot!
I'll head with you. You said it's dangerous out there, right?
Yeah, I'll go too.
Where are you freaks going now? Oh my god.
I just want to peek out the back. I just want to peek out the back.
Crimson's gonna come to you just in case, you know, if anyone has an emergency.
I hate you. Okay.
Says, nothing like the brisk Galidia air.
Anything in a note back here? As we're all kind of like, yeah, really brisk.
It's just snow, a snow-beat path, and a pile of firewood. Nothing out here. Don't.
Is his back still to me?
Yeah.
Can I make his clothes cold?
Yes. He goes, okay. Enough of that. Dart, you should probably get back in here. I'm going to close the doors.
For sure.
Excuse me, Theophania. Where else is past you? Everybody in.
Everyone's back to me.
Everybody in. Shuts the doors.
When his back's to me again, I'm gonna make its clothes warm again.
I suppose anybody with magical senses could detect Crimson casting these spells.
Oh yeah.
Can we see her doing this?
This is a cantrip, so you have to be like right next to her to feel her doing it. But yeah, if you're
There's also a somatic component, so
yeah,
You're
you can see
heating this.
you can see her doing the hand motions. He's just blissfully unaware that this is happening to him.
Oh my fucking god.
And
Dart's like,
you can feel like the energy coming off her if you have magical senses. So
Yeah, there's energy, all right.
Dart will look at Crimson and be like, what? What are you doing?
Wait, what are you talking about? I'm not doing anything.
Theophania takes this opportunity to grab Agna, like physically grab Agna, and just lead her.
Oh,
somewhere.
hello. Yeah, okay. All right, yeah.
it's a corner.
I can tell you're casting spells. Come on.
It's just a little bit of harmless fun. I can do the same thing for you if you ever get cold, you know.
I'm good, thanks. But
Okay.
if I just don't want to give him any inclination to eat us in our sleep, you know?
Oh, speaking of sleep, where are we all gonna sleep tonight? I mean, there's only 5 bed rolls. Hay rolls.
There's pews.
There's couches. There's prayer
There
rugs.
were only 5 bedrolls.
I guess someone's gonna have to double up. Dart, I guess we're just gonna have to share a bedroll.
I'm sharing a carpet with my dog.
Where's Nina at?
It's been too long.
So Theophania goes to Agna and says,
Wait, you don't want them to play this out first? This is incredibly awkward.
What are we doing? Let me decide where I'm moving this camera.
Theophania has brought Agna before the door.
Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this down here.
Okay.
All right.
and she's gonna whisper, I don't. First of all, I'm going to quote someone I admire very greatly and say, keep my fucking name out of your mouth. All right?
All right.
Right. Now, can you tell me what you sense behind that door?
Oh, so when I'm asking you questions,
I thought you
it's
understood
keep
how
your
this
fucking
works.
name out of it.
No, because you didn't ask a question. You're just casually dropping things and insinuations that are very dangerous. Like you are some sort of child, or perhaps as though you were trying to cause problems for me.
Not trying to cause you problems.
I didn't think so.
Can admit to a certain. I don't spend a lot of time around this many people all at once.
Well, I can understand that, but just do better in the future, alright? I mean it.
All right. You want me to look at what now?
Do you know that it's actually a demon behind that door? An
That's
actual
what Crimson said, and I don't
Yes, and that's
know
what the
for
priest
sure.
told us. Yes, some sort of possessed body. But
I can give it a listen and see what I figure out.
give it a listen, or if you can, reach out, because I am having doubts.
Let me see what I got here. 1 second.
Okay.
Can I use my magical senses, DM, to try to figure out what's behind that door?
If you would like, what is the range on your magical senses?
Determined by your Arcana skill and Perception skill bonuses, multiplied by the level of the magic. So Arcana plus Perception multiplied by 3.
So your Arcana's 5, and your Perception is 3, so that's 8. Multiplied by the level of the thing you're trying to sense.
Oh, really?
Yep. So that's why a cantrip, you need to be right on top of them, because it's a 0. So you need to be right on top of them. Level 1 spell, you need to be within, 9 feet for you to detect ambiently. And then 18 feet for level 2, etc. So you're reaching out with your magical senses. And there's no innate magic within your immediate vicinity. You do feel there's a little bit behind the door, but it's... You get kind of like an image of something being snuffed, you know, like something being held or pressed back or repressed or something like that. Something in there is bound, and so it may be giving off some energy, but it has been bound so that it gives off basically nothing.
Okay. I think you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. Okay, no, I can't do that.
You have your piece of jewelry.
Yeah, you're right. I do have my piece of jewelry. I'm just like chugging through all the things that I have. I would love to. Is detect thoughts not on someone you can see?
Specifically not. It's specifically can you detect the presence of thinking creatures that you can't find.
Yeah, okay. I am going to cast detect thoughts on this thing then.
Okay. When you cast detect thoughts on the creature, it is inside this thing's mind on its surface level is blood, screams, claws, teeth, gnashing of flesh and bone. This thing is a bestial demon. It is not sentient in the way that like logical sentient creature is. It is sentient in the way that an animal is. It is all rage and hunger. And it feels smothered, like it can't get out, and it wants to get out, but whatever is holding it back is too strong.
I think she'll lean back from the doorway and she'll go, it's definitely a demon and it's definitely lesser.
Oh, like how, Lester?
Like, almost bestial?
Bestial, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, completely.
Bestial, sorry.
Yeah. Goes bestial, lesser, greater, and then God.
Oh, so it is beast. I understand.
Yeah,
now.
it's
Okay.
bestial.
It is
Yeah.
bestial.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't think he's lying about that.
Well, that's a shame. Okay.
Don't know that I like it just being here, but I don't think he's lying about what it is.
Fair enough.
I don't think of anything else I could do for this guy. I really, yeah, no, I think.
Yeah.
Agna will step away from the door and just go, you good to go back?
Yes, I think, yeah.
Okay.
Stop picking the same square as me.
God.
You stop picking the same square as me.
Oh my God. Okay. Spindle Shanks. You've been making more origamis over there.
Yep.
Okay, roll me another d10.
In addition to inventing the medical sciences, I am the inventor of origami.
Indeed. You'll be credited for a great many things.
I will, including a lot of murders.
Oh. Very good, okay. So you have 18 circle pages now.
Okay. That feels like enough to be getting on with, so I'm trying to work them together in some elaborate way.
Yes, yes. You're beginning to realize that you're also going to need string for this. And you're going to
String?
Yeah, you're going to need string, and you're going to need to hang it from something.
Oh boy, I get to make a string board.
Extra points if you make it with red thread, babe.
Okay. I'm going to approach Hausker and tell him I need some twine or string.
Okay. When you approach Hausker and ask him for twine or string, he goes, ooh, twine or string. I don't have anything that I can spare, but there was a tailor in town. Maybe they would have some if they are either still alive or maybe their stock is still available.
Oh, that makes sense. I go find Dart.
Okay. I'll move you.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're in there.
Where everyone is. Dart,
Yes.
I require some thread. Have you any in your kit?
I have plenty of thread. Is this going to be a permanent usage?
Well, I need to cut pieces of it.
All right. You understand it's a non... What do you think you've done so far that warrants the generous gifting of limited resource?
Ice fucking cold. 1d4 psychic damage, please.
No.
I say, let's see, was Dart the one who I treated the wound on?
The bite that you could not treat?
Yeah. Hey, you don't know that. I treated it.
No, it's still there.
Well, yeah, they don't magically go away. That's not how healing works without magic.
This one also just doesn't go away. We know that because it's the bite of a latro.
I have a nice shiny coin here in exchange for some thread.
Gold hasn't been particularly useful thus far. I suppose what I'd ask for is a little more consideration of your companions as people.
I just literally stare at him like I don't get what he's saying.
When you figure it out, you can have some thread.
Kind of blink. Well, I'd like to examine Crimson's brain. Does that count?
Nope.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
You're a smart guy.
Hey.
I'm sure you can figure it out.
I shrug, go off to my pews,
Okay.
and won't let me go through the wall.
No, it won't let you go through the wall, Brian.
Well, let me take a shortcut. Come on.
No, not through the bricks.
Yeah,
You're not the Hulk.
I pull out some Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Spindle Shanks just like busts through the wall and Dart goes, "Oh, holy shit, fine, take the thread."
Making their own doors. All right, I'm gonna pull out some bandages and start unraveling them.
Okay.
I haven't got time for this treating people like humans crap.
That seems like bullshit.
I don't know what's wrong with him. I suspect he's got brain issues.
Mm.
And I'm going to start trying to find something where I can like hang things from threads and interweave them. And
Sure, yeah. You've got there is a old dusty candelabra on the ceiling here, but it has not been used in a while. There's a nice big cobweb on it.
excellent.
The chain tethering it is by the wall. You can easily kind of manipulate that to get it down and then start tying stuff
Okay.
to it. Yeah, it'll take you a while.
I
of
will
course.
do that then. Start making a little weird occult origami mobile.
Yep, that's what you're doing. Making a weird occult origami mobile. All right. Anything else from you guys?
It's gonna stay by the fire and keep petting Muffin. It's warm
and
and
Muff-
comfy.
Muffin is doing that thing that dogs do in their sleep, where she's kicking her legs, going
No.
kicking legs, tail thump. Must be chasing something in her dreams.
Like father, like daughter, I suppose.
Mm. Okay. What is your next steps? Taking a long rest and then staying here for more shenanigans with this priest? Or are you heading out of here?
Come daylight, Dart wants to find Tarashna, well, we said that we'd clear out those skeletons from the, mill so that we can get that other person to consider going into town.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I mean, we need to... We need to get the crown from the castle so that at least Dart's current plan, which mentioned to Agna, was if we can get the crown from the castle, that's the third piece of regalia, perhaps the Duchess, being alive, could order the ghost soldiers at the garrison to stand down.
Worth a shot. Do we want to take down the guys at the mill too?
I think that's also, just a thing that we should do. We shouldn't leave the mill full of skeletons.
No, so we fight at the mill, go and get Tasha, see where that leaves us in the day, and then maybe finish up rounds outside before heading to the castle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good with
Makes
that.
sense to me.
All right. Cool. I will consider you all bedding down for a long rest. So you may hit your long rest button.
Does my guy bring me my book?
Oh yes, of course he does.
Nice. I would love to read at least the first chapter if the long rest allows.
Yes, you may make an intelligence check for me.
Fortunately, I'm good at those. Wait, no I'm not. Fuck.
You have
Oh man!
You have a +1. You're a cleric. You're a knowledge cleric. Intel +1.
Man.
Okay, you managed to get through 12 pages of it. A lot of it is the same that you've heard before about the the early myths. The murder of Ka. Nehemoth being enraged by this thing. Then killing Rael, who was supposedly the murderer. And then, the fall of the dark and light gods being sent off into their heavens and hells and such. And then there's just like a significant absence of the gods thereafter. They have stopped playing an active role in the story, apparently. And the first chapter kind of ends that way, where like, and the gods kind of just went about their business. And, as you're getting real sleepy and ready to settle in for your big ol' nap, the next page begins about I want to say roughly 4 or 5 centuries later, depending. And it's like beginning this tale of this guy named Urjal, who is just this guy. No background about him. He's just a man who lives, and there's something weird about him, and he arrives in a village called Tinhurst. He arrives from outside the village, and he is this charismatic young man, and he meets these 3 young women, beautiful young women, and there seems to be a courting of sorts that begins to happen. And so it's kind of telling you, you're like, oh, now I'm in the fantasy novel portion of this story. So that's about where you get when you're getting ready for bed.
Okay.
I have to ask an important question.
Sure.
Because, and this is not my fault that I'm asking this question.
Uh-huh.
It is Crimson's. How are the sleeping arrangements?
Oh yeah, this is up to you guys. So, Hausker.
There were only 5 bedrolls.
Yeah, Hausker does
can
shut and lock his door when he goes to bed. Yes. What would you like to say, Nin?
I was going to say, before everyone takes their naps, are we going to post a guard?
Oh. Probably ought to, just in case.
Well, since Nin is the only one that hasn't gone to sleep yet, I guess she's going to take first round.
Yep, Nin is the only one that hasn't gone to sleep. So, where are you going to post up for your guard duty?
Well, actually, by the fire.
Okay.
It's an enclosed building.
Yep.
She will probably get up and wander around a little time to time, but it's dry, it's warm. There's a puppy to pet.
There's a front and a back door only. There's no. It's not like there's multiple entrances.
That is correct.
Just the two.
Yep.
Okay, so that leaves the other 5 of you to be able to take a bedroll. 1 each. Thereby answering your question, Theophania.
It does, yes.
Yes.
My very important question.
Okay. We're not going to go too much longer. There is something I do need to do for narrative purposes. So, you guys are all... This is a few hours into her watch. So, Agna, pick a cell.
Middle.
Okay. And Spindleshanks, do you sleep in the pews?
I do, in fact, sleep in the pews.
Okay, and so Dart's laying down with his puppy, and you've got the chair there. You hear Nin and knocking. So I need you to make a perception check. Everyone else is asleep.
Good enough?
Good enough. There's a knocking at the back door.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well.
A good sign. Only a good sign.
Uh-huh. Is Dart on the rug here, too?
Yeah, he's on the rug there.
Nin's gonna kick his foot.
Hmm?
Wake up. There's somebody at the back door.
Okay.
Come on.
Why are you going?
To see who it is.
It's a demon or a monster, or you're hallucinating.
Stands perfectly still in the kitchen and say, listen. Does he hear the knocking?
Hold on.
Is there any knocking?
Hold on.
You're very quiet.
Hold on.
There we go.
No, not that one. Nope, not that one. I'm looking for a very specific track, and they're all just named very generic things.
You need to have words with your sound tech.
I'm my sound tech. I just have a sound tester. So you hear the crashing of a heavy, heavy fist against the door, and you hear the voice, deep and rumbling, Hausker.
Dart's going to like raise a finger to Nin, or raise a finger to his mouth to Nin, and like join ahead to like lightly pad over towards Hausker's door.
Nin is going to stay back here and watch the door from here.
Yeah, Dart
You're in the
will
wrong place.
come
I
up
think.
and
No, you're not.
knock on Hausker's door.
You hear him kind of go, wait a moment. Well, that would have been locked.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. He goes, wait a moment. Comes up. You hear him step forward. You hear him open the door. What's going on? Is there something wrong?
Knocking and terrifying monster voice asking for you at the back door. I
Oh,
presume
fuck,
it's
he's
one
back.
of your captors / guards,
Yeah.
and they shouldn't know that we're here.
Yeah. Shut up. Go hide in an alcove.
Alright, will do.
This fucking guy.
Dart will shake each person awake with like a finger to their lips, and basically get everyone to move just into this back alcove.
It is going to fade back to here. She still can keep an eye on things, but she's got almost full cover.
Yeah.
But I am waking everybody up, Theophania and Agna too. Finger to lips, pointing towards the door, saying, like, mimicking demon at the door.
Crimson can help.
I
She's
want to
the
see the
method.
sign language for demon at the door.
It's like horns, pointing, door. Dart's like, get back here.
Agnes like,
Oh.
fuck no. Okay, so
Whispering to them, he's not supposed to have any guests, and they're checking.
Oh shit. Okay. Can Crimson do something real quick?
sure.
Would it be a smart idea, because I just need to do it, is just maybe a silent image?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, she's gonna use silent image to, it's a 15-foot cube. I think this is about 15 feet across. She's gonna make it look like there is either a wall there.
Okay.
You can technically just make it look like the area, but without us in it.
Oh, can I?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Sure. There's more knocking at the door, and the voice goes, Hausker! You see him look back. He doesn't really see anybody back there. He nods, takes a big deep breath. He opens the door. You're back, and you're waking me up in the middle of the night. What do you want? You have charges again. And I want them now. Kindly step over the threshold then, you beast. It growls at him. There it is. Is that all you have to say? Alright, well. You can lurk out there all day if you want. We don't have to leave, and you won't step in here. So. I guess we're gonna wait till you get bored. And he shuts the door in the demon's face. Hopefully that fucking worked. You all okay over there?
We're all right.
What was that?
That's a Latro.
Ah.
I can tell that we're here.
They can tell you're here? They know... Well, okay. Back up. You all have bites.
We were prisoners at the castle.
Mm. Okay. Okay. So... There's anywhere between 1 and 5 of them outside right now. That's great. Awesome. Love that for us. Well... Maybe we'll get lucky tomorrow morning, and they'll be gone. I'm going back to bed.
What about?
This shouldn't need saying, but don't leave the building unless you know for sure they're not out there. No willy-nilly going to take a piss break in the snow. They'll rip your head off. I've seen it. Just right off like a cork out of a wine bottle. Okay? Where the hell is Spindleshanks?
Spindleshanks is still in the pew because even if Dart remembered to wake him, he started to get up like he was going to follow, and as soon as Dart turned around, he just laid back down. However, he has a great deal of respect now for Hausker.
Alright, so we stay bunkered down until they leave. They'll get bored, they'll leave, they'll want to draw you out so that they can hunt you down.
Why don't they care about the possessed demon you have? Crimson mentioned it.
When a man or woman, whatever, or anywhere between, becomes possessed by a demon, usually it is of the bestial sort because they more easily slip over as they have, no imagination and very little boundaries on themselves. They are mostly animal. And so when someone gets possessed by something like that, they either overcome it very easily because of social mores or what have you, whatever desires to maim or murder or, all manner of violence against other people. They can stifle that themselves. And eventually it fades, but I'm not talking about the usual sort of intrusive thoughts of, man, I would really like to choke the shit out of Jared right now. He just won't shut the fuck up. Now, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about true rage that comes out of nowhere. That just bloodlust is truly animal. Sometimes a person loses that fight, and that body becomes possessed by that demon. And over time, the flesh and bone warps to begin to match that demon's actual appearance, what they actually look like. And so I have one of these profanes chained up and bound in the prison cell. Usually we keep such possessed folks for the Templar to come around and pick them up. Well, the Templar never came and picked him up, and so he is now a fully realized monstrosity in that cell, bound completely, and can't escape, but is in there all the time. So that's what's going on in that room. Now we have Latro outside, so that's super. Love that.
The Latro don't care because it's a dog to them, I take it?
Yeah, it's a beast. It's an animal to them. They don't care for it.
I know what this party is sort of capable of at this point, and I would assume I would have some sense of what a Latra could do. Do I have a sense, or can I roll something to have a sense for how many could we reasonably take on at a time without it being a bloodbath for us?
Yeah, you can make a insight check if you'd like.
Let's do that.
You can modify that by your profane knowledge, which, by the way, you do need to take the penalties from your first usage.
Yeah. I thought I did already.
You might have.
I haven't used it this session.
You used it earlier, didn't you?
Did I? No, I used magical senses.
Oh yeah, you just posted it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Did I? Oops.
Nope.
Oh, I'm hitting things I shouldn't hit. Okay. I'm gonna see how I roll on it before I do with profane knowledge. So it's insight check?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see here. With the equipment you have and the magical abilities you have, you could maybe take one.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. So I'll kind of look at the others and say that's not a fight. That's not a fight we'll win. Not if there are more than one out there.
All right.
Hausker says, "Oh yeah, no, don't go out there. They won't come in here. So we just need to wait them out a little bit. That's all."
What would happen if they did get in here? Would it harm them, or?
You know how best to describe this? You know how water and oil don't mix? You can shake them up and kind of like get them to combine, but eventually they separate, right?
Yes.
Well, sort of like that. The Latro doesn't want to come in here because it doesn't agree with them from in some sort of way. It's either that or like they don't want to offend. This is not a house of one of their enemies. This is the house of the whole pantheon. This is their entire their god's entire family is represented here. And so if they were to insult or defile the house, then they may draw the ire of, somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 other deities. Not good odds, is all I'm saying. So, historically, no, demons usually cannot enter or will refuse to enter a place like this, unless they're a beast like the one in the cell. So there is also that possibility that he may become frustrated enough to gather several bestial demons and just force the issue. It's a loophole they haven't exploited yet, but they didn't want me bad enough for that, but they might want you bad enough for that. So,
But it's not as though they will combust upon entry, correct?
oh no, they'll just I'm sure he could just kill us all, and in these tight quarters. But he's not going to enter because he's smarter than that.
Is there a way into the crypts from here?
He kind of looks like, for a second there, like he wants to say no, but then he kind of like comes around to the idea and says, yes, there is, but there's no telling if they haven't gotten inside there. I did lock the exterior entrance, but the interior one is hidden but not locked. You could escape that way. Maybe we should see what it looks like tomorrow morning
Take it from there.
and take it from there.
All right.
If you hear more knocking, just tell him to fuck off. He knows you're here anyway, so hurl whatever insults you want at him. Just don't open the doors.
We
Understood.
could open the door, throw crimson at them, and run the other direction.
He has gone.
Crimson doesn't like that idea.
He has gone to bed. All right. So we're going to go ahead and put it to bed here for the evening. As Nin, you switch over shifts for somebody else who might be more alert now.
Dart
Yep,
will
and
take over.
Nin's going to take her long rest.
Okay.
Still think we should throw crimson at him.
All right. Well, that is the end of our session. You all have had a long rest. We have had a brief moment of terror, and you've gotten to know each other a little bit more. So that's wonderful. We're going to close out our evening. Thank you all for coming by. Hope everybody had a lot of fun, and we'll see you all again in July. We'll see you guys on the 9th of July for Kingdom of Darkness, and we'll see Baptized in Blood again on the 19th. So those are the next 2 upcoming games. We don't have Door of Eternity until August, so hang in there, and we'll see ya. Bye.
Woohoo.
Bye.
Bye.